afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying the fine day we have outside. So today you're going to be hearing a talk on water pollution. And water pollution is very important as it affects not just the ecosystem or environment, but the world as a whole. It has the ability to affect everything from the smallest microbe to the entire atmosphere. Your speaker today is a sophomore in wildlife conservation, and water pollution is a very important topic to him as it affects all his studies and he encounters it in his everyday activities. He really enjoys fishing, hunting, and farming, and water pollution has the potential to greatly affect all of these activities. So without further ado, here's your presenter, ColeY, to talk to you today about polluting our freshwater.
Thank you, Jordan. Everybody see that? All right. All right, everybody. Hopefully, my objective today anyway is to kind of open your eyes on how bad water pollution has become all throughout the world. All right, so I want to ask y'all a question. Who here's ever been down to the New River and either been fishing or tubing or just, chilling out on the rocks down there? Just show me your hands. Who else been down there before? A few people been there, right? Well, personally, if it's warm enough, if it's nice enough, I'm always down there. I'm doing fishing most of the time. But there's a problem. Every time I'm down there, I always see one thing. It's not fish. It's trash. There's always trash laying around on the ground. There's always beer bottles or beer cans or trash bags or something. It's not supposed to be there. So I always do my best to pick up what I can. Because, I know it's not mine, and I know it's not my responsibility to pick up after somebody else's, pick up somebody else's trash, but I like going down there, I like fishing, and I like having a place that I can enjoy, because I know there's a lot of places out there that don't have that ability. They depend on the rivers, for survival still. So that's the first point I'd like to make, is that water pollution is an international problem and a problem right here in the U.S. Approximately 40% of all lakes and rivers in the U.S. are polluted to the point where they can't be used for fishing or swimming. And even if you can swim in them, I doubt you want to eat anything out of that river because it's so nasty. And one of the big problems with pollution to where you can't eat the fish is mercury. Pollution adds mercury into the rivers. Now, mercury itself, it's not dangerous. You can touch mercury or do whatever you want to it. But what happens is, when fish eat it and it gets into their bloodstream, it turns into something called methylmercury. And fish can store that in their muscles and things. And then that causes a problem for us when we eat it. When we eat the methylmercury, it leads to mercury poisoning. And mercury poisoning is dangerous in that if you take in too much of this mercury, it causes brain malfunctions, and if you take enough of it, it'll kill you. And if that's a problem we look at here in the U.S., imagine how bad it is in other places that don't have these regulations and stuff like we have, like the EPA. And in developing countries, it's estimated that 3.2 million children die every year from unsafe drinking water. And to put that into perspective, with this picture here, if you can see it now. Well, this is a picture of the Ganges River in India. This is a picture of the Ganges River in India. India is one of the most developing countries in the world. So there's a lot of places in it that are developed and a lot of places that aren't. And here's some numbers on this river. Each year, there's 1.3 billion liters of domestic waste, 260 million liters of industrial waste, 6 million tons of fertilizer, 9,000 tons of pesticides, and thousands of animal carcasses dumped into this river every year. Think about that for a second. Think how crazy of an amount that is. Would you guys want to live there? Would you want to be this little guy fishing for his dinner? I think so. That's not a river anymore, that's a landfill. And the thing is with these rivers, in these places like India, people survive on these rivers. They live on these rivers. They build their houses on these rivers, and they depend on these rivers for food and for money. Fishermen don't go out and fish just for money to make a living. They fish to feed their family. They can't go out and get in the car and go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger. They either catch a fish, they catch their dinner, or they don't have dinner. And the real problem is that these places don't have the government or the infrastructure to step in and stop corporations or people from dumping on these rivers. So maybe what they need instead of government is a symbol to look up to help them stop polluting. Kind of like we have Smokey the Bear who helps us prevent wildfires, right? Isn't it kind of sad that we have to look up to a bear wearing pants and a hat to tell us to stop burning stuff down? Is it really going to take a fish in a suit and tie to be like, don't pollute? So that's what my final point on here today is. No matter what you do, no matter how small, it all adds up every time. If you pick something up, you pick trash up, and everybody picks up one piece of trash. That adds up. And I'd say that's the simplest thing you can do. The first and simplest thing everybody can do is try to leave a place in the same or better condition than you find it. If you go out to the New River, do a little fishing, don't have a beer bottle throwing contest. What's that get you? That doesn't make you cool. It's just wasteful. Or maybe you take your girlfriend out to a nice picnic up on Clay Lake. Take your trash with you. There's trash cans. It's not hard. And secondly, pick up what isn't yours. I know it's not your responsibility to clean up after everybody else. You're not their mom. But maybe you just saved the duck's life or something. Maybe you just prevented a fish from dying or something like that. That's the way I look at it. Every little thing I can do is something better than somebody else didn't do. And finally, if you really want to, there's all kinds of organizations and groups out there to help you get involved. If you go down the road here to Giles County, every year they run an event called Renew the New. And they go out for a day, float down the New River, take in the scenery, pick up any trash that they find. That's fun and helpful at the same time. So I encourage everyone to go and participate if you can, or if you want to. But all in all, pollution like this is a serious problem. And we only have a finite amount of water that we can use. And if we make it like this, it's not going to be useful at all. With 40% of U.S. water polluted and 3.2 million children dying every year, we better get started. Let's make the U.S. an example again. For so many years, the U.S. was looked up to as kind of like the big brother. Let's make them an example and make the U.S. the beacon of clean water. Countries like India and stuff, where pollution's this bad, they depend on their natural resources for everything, to survive. And that's quickly being destroyed. And with their economies going with it. These little fishing villages depend on rivers like this every day. And if people upstream throw all their trash in it, it's going to destroy the people downstream. All the fish aren't going to want to live there. So it's evident that these countries are either going to have to make a change, or somebody's going to have to step in there and make a change for them. So And just remember, whatever you do, it'll help. You know, little things add up to make big things. So keep that in mind. Just because you see a piece of trash laying there, don't pick it up because you don't think it'll make a difference. Because if all of us take away what we put in there, you know, if we take away our trash from camping or clean up what we use fishing or anything like that, this wouldn't be a problem in the first place. And, you know, if you go out and join a group, spending some time floating down the New River, it's still fun. It's going to be a nice day. You might have to pick up a couple pieces of trash, but that's all right. So I'm going to end with saying, you know, I just encourage everyone to clean up after themselves the next time you go out. And it's not too hard to take a trash bag or stop on the way back and put your trash in the dumpster. You know, just pull off at a gas station, throw your trash away. Don't just leave it there. Thank you for your time. Does anybody have any questions, any remarks, anything they'd like to add? If not, that's all I have for you guys.